So I have a bit of a product review for you guys today, and that is going to be on AirPods 3. When these were first announced, I was a bit skeptical because I wasn't sure what the price was going to be. I thought it was going to be somewhere around 250 or so, and I was surprised to find out it was only $179.99. They did talk about this one feature for spatial audio. It was kind of like their main feature they were advertising. I had no idea that spatial audio was also available on the AirPods Pro that I already own. So with this video, I want to talk about some pros and cons to the AirPods 3. And hopefully, if you're like me who is new to the iPhone team, hopefully you can decide on which AirPod you want to purchase after this video. Now, my main plan is to keep the AirPod Pro at home for my Mac, and then the AirPods 3 to take with me on the go for my iPhone and my iPad. As I said, I am new to the iPhone team. I am working on a big iPhone vlog. Hopefully that should be out by this weekend, because I'm really excited to share that. But with this review, this product review, I do want to talk about the pros and the cons that I've experienced with my time. I had these for about 2 or 3 days, and I do have some things to talk about. Now, there are some things that are similar between the two devices. They have the same built-in chips. They both support wireless charging. They both support water and sweat resistant, not water and sweat proof. Keep that in mind. You cannot swim with these on. So with this new generation, you do get a bit of new features compared to the previous gen of this. You get 6 hours of battery use and about 30 hours of charge within the case itself. And the reason why that's important is because with the AirPods Pro, you get about 4.5 hours of use and about 24 hours of total charge in the case. But you are also getting a bit more features on this device for the price of $249.99 compared to these for $179.99. This being active noise canceling and transparency mode. Those modes are not available on the 3rd gen AirPods. They're only available on the Pros, maybe on the Max as well. I wouldn't recommend buying the Max at all because they're $549.99 and they're ugly as shit. But aside from that, you are getting some more features with the higher price tag. Now, one thing they both share is MagSafe capabilities. Now, I do have a MagSafe charger here attached to the stand. And yes, the Pros will charge with the MagSafe, but they won't stay connected to it magnetically. It just won't. But with the 3s, if I put it on the MagSafe charger, whoops, there we go, upside down, but they're charging. You can see the light there. So yes, it will charge if you have a MagSafe charger on the desk. These will charge with it, but they won't stick to it magnetically, so keep that in mind. I do want to talk about this comparison with the size. They do have a very similar size between the two of them. Here is the 3rd gen, and here is the Pros. So you can see they are kind of the same size in terms of the stems down here, but the ear tips are different. This one does seem a bit bigger, and it has this piece as well, the rubber attachment. And that's important to know as well, because the Pros did feel like they had more of a secured feeling in my ear when using them. These did fall out of my ears a couple of times. Not enough times to make it a big red flag of don't buy them. But for your ear type, it may fall out of your ears, especially if you're someone who's very athletic, who likes to run with AirPods on. They could fall out of your ear when using them, so keep that in mind when you're trying to decide which one to buy. Moving on from that, there is a couple of things I want to talk about in terms of another pro and another con to these headphones. One pro being skin detection. These do have skin detection. What that means is if your AirPods are not in the case for whatever reason, and they're in your pocket, they're in your bag, because it's not detecting your skin, it won't play media, so to help save your battery. Ideally, you should keep them on the case in the case anyway. But one con I had with these is when I'm home, I try to keep one AirPod in and one in the case, and I can keep my other ear open for something else, whether it's someone knocking on the door or something else I'm working on in the room. And the problem I have is every time I leave the house after using my AirPods, I always get notified on my phone that I left an AirPod behind and that it's not being detected. It happened every single time I left. I don't know why it's doing it. I don't know if it's a software update that can fix it, or it's just going to be like that forever. I haven't experienced it with this as of yet. because before my phone I had an iPad and I never really used them together. But maybe I will test it with the Pros to see what happens, if it'll do the same thing or not. Now, I was hoping to keep my iPhone from detecting the Pros and my Mac from detecting this. As far as I can see, there's no features to do that. It'll always detect it no matter what. It'll always switch between whenever you're playing media. You can choose to not automatically switch. It's still going to detect the headphones, but that's just a personal issue for having 2 pairs of AirPods. You may not have 2 pairs of AirPods. Now, with all that in mind, I do want to say that the AirPods 3 out of 10 for me gets about a 7. And that's mainly because of the AirPods may not fit in your ear comfortably, and the whole find my device issue that happens every time I leave. But with the audio, because you do get great audio with these headphones, my only complaint with the audio is I was recently watching Avengers Infinity War, and for some reason the dialogue just didn't seem as loud as everything else going on in the movie. I don't know if that's just a movie issue or the issues with the AirPods themselves. Maybe there's an EQ I gotta change. But when I was listening to music, you still get really great sounding audio, and that's what you get for the price you pay for the AirPods. But like I said, 7 out of 10, and it's up to you to decide, do you want to pay the $179 for these? Or if you don't care about the spatial audio and the MagSafe, and you want to get the 2nd gen, because those are about $129.99, so you're saving about $40. But if you need active noise canceling and transparency mode, you may want to pay the $249 for the Pros, as well as the comfortable feeling in the ear, but you lose the MagSafe capabilities. If you're like me, I'm trying to use MagSafe as much as I can just to have a much more easy experience with my devices. So that's my video for today. Hopefully I helped you make a decision on which one of these you want to buy if you're trying to buy AirPods. Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if you are buying one of these, or if you have one and you have some thoughts on it. Let me know in the comments, and I'll see you guys next time.